Today we're going to make this loaf of bread using fresh milled flour from scratch. Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to make bread from scratch, and I mean complete scratch. And I'm going to do it milling my own flour with wheat berries. So when I say from scratch, I really mean from scratch. Now, I've never really done this before, and to do this, I had to go out and buy a mill machine. I did an attachment that attaches to my KitchenAid mixer. You can buy separate machines. They're very costly. They cost a lot of money to have a good one. This is around $50, and it just attaches to my KitchenAid mixer. Now, it is a little different than if you have one of those really good mill machines, but I didn't want to spend all that money for it. Now, why do people mill their own flour? They do it for the health benefits. There's a lot of nutrients inside of flour that's freshly milled versus the bagged flour you'll buy at the store. Now, I'm not a health food nut, but some people who really do care about eating healthy, they want to mill their own flour, and I can respect that. I'm hoping by making this bread from fresh milled flour that it will taste better than if I did store-bought, but we'll see. The problem with fresh milled flour is you can't just mill a whole bunch of it and just save it in bags without taking out those nutrients and doing things to it that doesn't make it as healthy. So that's why we're going to mill what we need, and that's it. I do have this in an airtight container. Now, I bought my wheat berries, that's what they're called, from this place right here. I think it's Palouse Farm, something like that. But I got them on Amazon, nothing special, but it's a 5-pound bag. Came like this, but I did transfer it into this container so it will store and last a lot longer. So let's hook up our attachment here, and it's real easy to do if you ever had any of these attachments before. I just have a bowl to catch my freshly milled flour, and follow the directions on your milling machine. Now, I want to have it a real fine grain, and that would be 1 to 2, but my particular one says I should start with 5 and then remill it again. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having the setting on 5 first. Now, the first thing to do to mill this is I just have my attachment on, and I'm going to measure out 2 1/4 cups of our wheat berries. Now, you can also just put it through there and measure out 500 grams if you go by weight. Now, I know a lot of people in America don't have kitchen scales. We go by measuring volume as opposed to weight. So I'm going to do it this way, but also tell you the weight. So it's going to be 2 1/4 cups of pre-milled wheat berries that will turn into 500 grams of milled flour. So I'll put my berries in their container. Then we're going to turn on our KitchenAid mixer and just follow the directions, and it should start coming out. It is quite loud, as you can tell. Okay, so now that that's done, remember that was just the first pass. We're doing 2 with this. If you have a good machine, you may not have to do that. Now I'm going to crank this down to a 1. And I'm going to change out the bowl for a different bowl and take this and pour this in here. And you can see it's kind of a rough crumb. It's not as grinded up as it needs to be. That's why we need to change this. And do a little bit at a time. And turn it on. When that's all done, all we got to do is put that in our mixing bowl. I'm going to add 1 1/4 cup of warm water. And this is the hydration process. So put that on our mixer. I'm going to put the mixing blade on. I can take this off now, no big deal. And we're just going to mix this until our dough and water have come together. Okay, that was a quick mix, and that's all we need. Let's lower this, take this off, leave the dough behind, cover it with a dish towel, and let it sit for 30 to 45 minutes. In about 45 minutes, go ahead and take off our dish towel, and we're going to add to this 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. Here's the whole egg and the egg yolk. I got one egg yolk in there. Then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and a tablespoon of lime juice. Then I have 1 package of active dry yeast. Just going to open that up. And just a little bit of salt. We're going to start with our mixer. Because I just want to make sure everything gets together before we start using our dough hook. All right, so when that's all done and mixed together really good, it should only take a few minutes. I am going to add our dough hook to it, and we're going to mix that for like 10 minutes. And when the dough hook's in there, just go ahead and do this about 10 minutes. Okay, so my KitchenAid mixer broke while I was kneading the dough, so I did have to complete it by hand. I have completed it now. I'm going to stick it in a greased bowl, cover it, and come back to it in about 45 minutes. So it's been 45 minutes. Our dough has risen, as you can tell. We're just going to pull it out. And now we're going to shape our dough. In order to do this, all we need to do is kind of flatten it out into a big rectangle. And I'm just doing this by hand. Then we're going to take it from one end, fold it to the middle. The other end, kind of fold it into that. And then we're just going to roll it up. It's going to create a lot of tension, which is what we really want. A lot of tension there. And tuck it under. Now we have the shape of a loaf of bread. Take this, we're going to put this into our bread dish. I do have the bread dish lined with some parchment paper. Technically, you don't have to do it, but that's what we're going to do. We'll cover this up, come back to it in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and hopefully it has risen above the edge of this container. Okay, so I let this sit for about an hour and a half, and wow, it has really risen nicely. I'm going to cut this. This is totally optional. And just score it across the top a little. Now we're going to put it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes in the oven at 350. We're just going to take it off, take it out of the pan it was cooking in, put it on a wire rack, and let it cool completely before we cut it open. I did stick an internal thermometer in there to make sure it got to 190 degrees or more, and it did. So now let this cool down and then we can cut it up and serve. All right, so let's cut into this and see how it looks. This is perfect. It's not gooey inside and it looks great. Can't wait to try it out. All right, so now what we're going to do is taste it. I'm just going to taste a piece of this just as if it's just regular bread because that's what it is. Pretty good. Definitely needs butter. Now with some butter. That's better. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this homemade bread with fresh milled flour. And if you make it, let me know. Watch this video right here. And until then, I'll see you next time.